Picture this. You're 78 years old. You climb the stairs without grabbing the rail. You bend down to pick up your grandchild without hesitation. You rise from a chair, not slowly, not shakily, but in one smooth motion. Now here's the truth. If you're over 60 and your legs are getting weaker, this video might be the wake-up call you didn't know you needed. Because what's really stealing your strength isn't just age. It's something far more silent and more fixable. I'm Dr. Martin Lewis, a retired physician who's spent over 35 years helping older adults just like you regain balance, confidence, and leg power. And what I'm about to show you has helped people in their 70s, 80s, even 90s walk stronger, stand taller, and feel younger. No gimmicks. No magic. Just 6 essential vitamins your muscles may be starving for, and your doctor probably never mentioned. If you've ever felt frustrated, confused, or even scared about your declining leg strength, I want you to know it's not your fault. You were never told what's missing, but you will be today. Tell me, where are you from? Do your legs feel weaker than they used to? Leave a 1 in the comments if this resonates with you, 0 if you're not sure. And please, share this with someone you love. It may be exactly what they need right now. Let's uncover the 6 vitamins that could change your mobility and your independence, starting today. Part 1. Vitamin D, the power switch. You've been told that leg weakness is just a normal part of aging, that it's something you have to accept, something you can't fix. But let me gently challenge that idea, because after decades of treating seniors, I've seen something different. And I think you deserve to know the truth. Yes, time changes the body, but time alone isn't what's making your legs feel heavier, shakier, or less dependable. In fact, some of the most active, health-conscious seniors I've worked with, people who walked daily, who did their stretching, who even lifted light weights, still struggled to rise from a chair or climb stairs without effort. Because leg weakness after 60 isn't always about age. It's often about depletion. Your muscles are missing the nutrients they need to work. A remarkable study from Oxford University found that 78% of older adults with mobility issues were deficient in at least 2 essential vitamins. And perhaps more concerning, 91% of them didn't even know it. No symptoms. No warnings. Just a slow, invisible decline in function, until one day they couldn't do the things they once took for granted. And here's the kicker. Even the most disciplined exercisers, those who followed every routine, every piece of advice, saw little improvement if their muscles were undernourished. Because movement alone won't build strength, not without the right internal support. Think of your muscles like an engine. You can turn the key, pump the gas, and hope it roars to life, but if there's no fuel in the tank, you won't get very far. And after 60, that fuel your legs need most isn't just protein or calories. It's a handful of specific vitamins that quietly disappear with age. So if your legs feel weaker, even though you're doing your best, you're not imagining it. And it's not your fault. It's your body sending a signal, one we can answer. Let's begin refueling your strength with the 6 vital nutrients your muscles have been silently craving, starting with the one I call the power switch. Part 2. Vitamin B12, the nerve connector. Of all the nutrients your legs depend on, there's one that acts like a hidden power switch, quietly controlling your strength, your balance, and even your ability to catch yourself before a fall. That nutrient is vitamin D. Now, most people know vitamin D supports bone health. But what often gets overlooked is just how critical it is for your muscles, especially the fast-twitch fibers. Those are the ones responsible for quick movements like standing up, stepping over a curb, or regaining your balance when you slip. Without enough vitamin D, those fibers remain in what I call low power mode. You can try to move, but the response just isn't there. And the science backs this up. Seniors with optimal vitamin D levels have been shown to have 27% greater leg strength, and here's the real shocker, 83% fewer falls. That's not a small difference. That's the kind of change that keeps you living independently. But here's where it gets tricky. After age 60, your skin produces 70% less vitamin D from sunlight than it did when you were younger. So even if you're out in the garden, enjoying a sunny day, your body may still be falling short. And unfortunately, most seniors I meet have never had their vitamin D levels tested. Have you? If not, it might be time to ask. Because when your levels drop, the symptoms creep in slowly: fatigue, leg heaviness, balance issues, and by the time they show up clearly, your muscles are already struggling. Now here's the good news. Vitamin D isn't hard to get once you know where to look. Wild salmon is one of the richest natural sources. A single serving can provide nearly 1,000 IU. Egg yolks, especially from pasture-raised chickens, offer not just vitamin D but also the healthy fats your body needs to absorb it. And if you enjoy mushrooms, look for ones that have been exposed to sunlight. They can pack a surprising vitamin D punch. But don't miss this part. Vitamin D is fat-soluble. That means if you take it with water, your body might barely absorb it. To unlock its full benefit, pair it with healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, or a handful of nuts. That simple habit alone can improve absorption by up to 32%. So before we move on, I'd like to ask you personally, have you ever had your vitamin D levels tested? If not, write it down, bring it up with your doctor, or leave a comment below. You'd be surprised how many people in this community are in the same boat. And now that you know how to flip the power switch, let's move on to the next key nutrient, the one that helps your brain and your legs communicate clearly every time you move. Part 3. Vitamin C, the tendon builder. We've talked about strength and speed, but have you ever wondered what holds your muscles together? What actually connects them to your bones so they can do their job? That's where vitamin C comes in. Most folks think of it as the immune system vitamin, something you take when you feel a cold coming on. But for your legs, especially after 60, vitamin C is the quiet hero holding everything in place. You see, vitamin C is essential for producing collagen, the protein that forms the connective tissue between your muscles and tendons. When collagen is strong, your legs feel steady. You rise from a chair with control. You walk without that telltale wobble. But when collagen breaks down, something that happens faster with age, those connections weaken. And your legs start to feel unstable, shaky, even unpredictable. What many people don't realize is that older adults need 4 to 5 times more vitamin C than the standard daily recommendation. Because your body becomes less efficient at absorbing and using it. And because oxidative stress, tiny bits of wear and tear, builds up with every step you take. Vitamin C helps repair that damage before it turns into weakness. Now, here's a key trick that almost no one talks about. Timing. Vitamin C doesn't stay in your bloodstream for long. It peaks just 2 hours after you eat it, then fades fast. So if you take all your vitamin C in the morning, your muscles might be running on empty by the afternoon. That's why I recommend dividing your intake. A little in the morning, a little at lunch, a little with dinner, to give your legs constant support all day long. And when it comes to food, fresh is everything. A strawberry eaten today? Packed with vitamin C. That same strawberry 3 days later? It's lost up to 25% of its power. Red bell peppers, kiwi, and broccoli are excellent sources, but eat them within 2 days of buying them if you can. And get this, frozen berries often contain more vitamin C than fresh fruit that's been sitting in a truck or on a shelf for weeks. So let me ask you, just between us, what's your favorite fruit or veggie for vitamin C? Is it oranges? Berries? Maybe something you grow in your garden? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what's on your plate. Now that we've fortified the connections inside your legs, it's time to protect the muscle fibers themselves, the ones that age, stress, and movement slowly wear down every day. And there's one particular vitamin that acts like a shield around them. Let's talk about that next. Part 4. Vitamin E, the muscle protector. While vitamin C builds the bridges between your muscles and bones, vitamin E is the guardian standing watch, day and night, defending your muscles from the silent wear and tear of aging. Think of it as a protective shield, wrapping around every muscle fiber, preventing damage before it starts. You see, every time you walk, stretch, or even stand, tiny amounts of oxidative stress are created in your leg muscles. It's a natural part of movement. When we're young, our bodies repair this stress quickly. But after 60, that repair system slows down, and without support, your muscle cells start breaking down faster than they can rebuild. That's where vitamin E becomes essential. Vitamin E works deep inside your muscle cells, particularly in the mitochondria, which are like tiny engines that power your legs. The more efficiently these engines work, the more strength and stamina you have. Studies from the University of Wisconsin found that adequate vitamin E helps mitochondria produce up to 15% more energy, even in adults over 70. That's real, measurable strength, not just a feeling. But not all vitamin E is created equal. Most supplements only contain alpha-tocopherol, the most common form. Yet the one that seems to protect leg muscles best is gamma-tocopherol, a form found naturally in foods like sunflower seeds, walnuts, and pecans. And when you combine vitamin E with the mineral selenium, they work together like a tag team, forming a powerful antioxidant system called glutathione peroxidase, one of your body's top defenses against muscle aging. That's why I often recommend a simple habit to my patients. Eat just 2 Brazil nuts a day. They're rich in both selenium and vitamin E, and in a groundbreaking Brazilian study, seniors who consumed both nutrients maintained leg strength equal to people 5 to 7 years younger. That's a difference you can feel. Of course, you don't need fancy supplements to get enough vitamin E. Everyday foods like almonds, spinach, avocados, and olive oil are excellent sources. Even a tablespoon of wheat germ can give you nearly half of your daily needs. When included regularly, these foods create a steady stream of muscle protection, helping you stay active, strong, and confident on your feet. So tell me, have you tried Brazil nuts lately? Just 2 a day could make a real difference. Not just in your legs, but in how you move through your day. Now that we've protected the muscle fibers themselves, it's time to talk about something even more overlooked: how calcium gets into your muscles in the first place. Because without the right vitamin directing traffic, all that calcium might be going to the wrong places. Let's look at that next. Part 5. Vitamin K, the calcium director. Your muscles may be strong, your bones solid, but without the right signals, calcium, the very mineral you count on for strength, might not go where it's needed. It might build up in your arteries or linger in soft tissue instead of reinforcing the muscles that keep you steady. And that's where vitamin K, specifically K2, steps in as the director of traffic. You've probably heard of vitamin K1, the form found in leafy greens that helps with blood clotting. But K2 is a different story. It's the unsung hero that tells calcium where to go, guiding it into your bones and muscles, and keeping it away from places where it doesn't belong. When it comes to your legs, K2 is essential. It binds calcium into muscle fibers, giving them the contractile power they need for movement and balance. Without enough K2, calcium may never reach those fibers, and your muscles end up underpowered, even if your diet is full of calcium-rich foods. This might explain why so many seniors still suffer fractures, even when their bone scans look fine. In fact, a long-term study tracking older adults found that those with higher K2 intake had 65% fewer fractures, And this benefit couldn't be explained by bone density alone. The researchers concluded that stronger muscles, not just stronger bones, played a major role in fall prevention. And that strength? It came from calcium being placed in the right places, thanks to K2. Now, here's the surprising part. You won't find much K2 in kale or spinach. The richest sources come from fermented foods like natto, a traditional Japanese soy dish, along with aged cheeses, sauerkraut, and chicken liver. Just 1 tablespoon of natto has more K2 than 10 cups of spinach. If those foods sound unfamiliar, don't worry, start small. A bit of Gouda, a serving of sauerkraut with dinner, or incorporating liver into a weekly meal can go a long way. And if you're on blood thinners like warfarin, don't cut vitamin K out of your life entirely. Just work with your doctor to maintain a consistent intake, so your medication can be properly adjusted. The danger lies in wild fluctuations, not the vitamin itself. Let me ask you something personal. Have you had a fall recently, or felt more unsteady than usual? If so, it might not be your balance, it might be your calcium going to the wrong places. We've now seen how K2 directs strength into your muscles, but there's one more piece of the puzzle. Even if you're eating enough protein, your body can't use it to build muscle unless one final vitamin is present. And without it, all that effort may be slipping right through your fingers. Let's uncover that next. Part 6. Vitamin B6, the protein activator. You might be eating all the right foods, lean meats, eggs, legumes, even protein shakes now and then. But here's a truth most folks never hear. Without enough vitamin B6, your body can't use that protein to build muscle. Vitamin B6 is what I call the protein activator. It's involved in over 100 enzyme reactions, many of them directly tied to muscle growth and repair. It helps your body break protein down, absorb it, and rebuild it into the strength your legs need. Without it, all that effort, all those healthy meals, may never reach your muscles. But that's not all. B6 also plays a major role in energy, especially in the legs. It helps convert glycogen, your body's stored energy, into glucose, right at the moment your muscles need it. This is why many older adults feel that heavy leg sensation when they first stand up or start walking. It's not just fatigue, it may be a signal that B6 is running low. And there's another clue, nighttime leg cramps. B6 is needed to produce GABA, a neurotransmitter that calms your muscles and prevents them from overcontracting. Without enough, your legs may stay too excitable at night, leading to those frustrating cramps or that restless, twitchy feeling in bed. Now here's something I always share with my patients. Certain common medications block B6 absorption. That includes antacids, blood pressure meds, and even some over-the-counter painkillers when taken frequently. So if you're taking any of those, your B6 needs may be higher than the average recommendation. Thankfully, boosting your intake doesn't require pills or complicated routines. Some simple pairings can do the trick. Try banana with almond butter for breakfast, or chickpeas drizzled with olive oil for lunch. Tuna and avocado? That's a B6 powerhouse dinner. And don't forget about dark meat chicken or turkey, which has significantly more B6 than white meat and is often overlooked by seniors trying to eat light. This final piece, activating your protein, is what helps everything else you've learned in this video come together. Because now that your muscles are powered, connected, protected, and properly directed, they're finally ready to rebuild. But before we wrap up, I'd like to show you how to put all of this into action with a simple, doable weekly plan, plus share the inspiring story of one patient who turned everything around at 85 years old. Let's bring it all together. Part 7. Simple 7-Day Plan plus Real Success Story. Now that you know the 6 essential vitamins your legs need, let's talk about how to make this simple, sustainable, and something you can start right now. Here's the 7-day plan I often recommend to my patients. No complicated supplements. No expensive powders. Just real food, timed and combined in a way that gives your muscles exactly what they've been missing. Start your morning gently. A glass of warm water with a squeeze of lemon helps activate digestion. Then enjoy a breakfast of scrambled eggs with spinach and a side of berries. This one simple meal delivers vitamin D, B12, and C all in one go. If you enjoy tea or coffee, have it after, not before. You've nourished your muscles. In the evening, think about recovery. A plate of roasted chicken, broccoli sautéed in olive oil, and a baked sweet potato hits all the right notes. Add a little aged cheese, and you've just given your body a solid dose of vitamins K, B6, and E, supporting overnight muscle repair and preventing those dreaded leg cramps at bedtime. Throughout the week, rotate your food sources. One day, choose wild salmon instead of eggs. Swap spinach for kale, or strawberries for kiwi. Try chickpeas on Monday, tuna on Wednesday, and cottage cheese on Friday. This variety helps ensure you're getting the full range of bioavailable nutrients, all without relying on pills. And if you're wondering whether this really works, let me tell you about Martha. Martha came to me at 85, using a walker after suffering 2 falls that shook her confidence to the core. Her doctors told her to accept it, that her legs were simply too old to regain strength. But Martha didn't give up. Together, we built a meal plan based on everything you've just learned. Targeted foods, consistent timing, no supplements. 6 weeks later, she walked into my office, without her walker. Not running marathons, no, but walking tall, smiling, steady, and free. All from feeding her body what it was silently asking for. So let me ask you, do you know someone who's given up on walking freely again? Someone who believes it's just aging? Please, send them this video. Because with the right nutrients, the right knowledge, and a little consistency, their story could change too. And now, before we close, I want to leave you with one final message to carry with you. Let's wrap this up together. Your legs don't just move you from place to place. They carry your freedom. They let you hug your grandchild without fear of falling. Take that stroll through your favorite garden path. Stand tall at the kitchen counter, preparing a meal you love. They carry your life, your joy, your independence. And the truth is, the strength you've been missing? It doesn't come from wishful thinking or another bottle of multivitamins. It comes from giving your body exactly what it's been waiting for. These 6 essential vitamins, each playing a vital role in helping your muscles stay strong, your balance steady, and your confidence alive. So if today's video gave you something to think about, type 1 in the comments below. I'd love to hear what resonated with you. If you're still unsure or have questions, type 0. I'll be reading and I'm here to help. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe. Because in our next video, I'll be sharing 5 powerful morning habits that keep leg muscles strong, even into your 80s and beyond. You won't want to miss it. Until then, take care of your legs. They take you where life happens.